News9, you are watching On Point with me, and I am Kartikeya Sharma. In the first On Point, we talk about the escalating war of words between Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma and Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi. Is Manipur getting closer to a peace deal even as tensions remain on the ground? This is the second On Point. In the third On Point, India is set to sign deal acquiring 114 Rafale ahead of Macron's visit. Now let's take a quick look at the headlines. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri on question about Russian oil imports says national interest will be the guiding factor for the government while choosing sources of oil imports. Walatoli SHO temporarily removed from active duty for negligence in Kanpur's high-profile Lamborghini hit-and-run case. Congress, Shiv Sena UBT slam RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat for having meal with Adani Shami. Opposition says that the singer's father served as pilot in Pakistan Air Force. And now, let's focus on the On Point 1. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Monday raised fresh questions over Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi's past visit to Pakistan, citing alleged visa restrictions and travel beyond permitted cities. The escalation comes amid an ongoing controversy over alleged foreign links involving Gogoi's wife, now widening into questions over how and where Gogoi travelled inside Pakistan. The case revolves around allegations flagged by the Assam government that the Gaurav Gogoi and his wife had links with Pakistani individuals and organizations. A special investigation team was constituted to probe the matter. After the SIT submitted its report, the Assam cabinet decided the issue was sensitive enough to be handed over to a central agency. The Chief Minister says the findings raise national security concerns, while the Congress has dismissed the probe as politically motivated.
Gaurav Gogoi's wife worked initially in Pakistan in a particular organization. After marriage, she joined in India, but she was continued to be managed by the Pakistani authority, and she used to get salary from Pakistan through a pass-through mechanism.
My wife worked in an international program which was operating in several countries across the world, including South America, Africa, and Asia. And in Asia, they were both Indian and Pakistani NGOs.
Monday's escalation centers on Gogoi's Pakistan visit. In a tweet, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma questioned how Gogoi visited Takshashila, located in Rawalpindi district, despite his Pakistan visa allegedly permitting travel only to Lahore, Karachi and Islamabad. Sarma asked who facilitated the visit, pointing out that Rawalpindi is also home to the Pakistan Army's general headquarters.
Sitting in India, taking salary from an enemy country, and submitting periodic report on the political development in India, these are matters of great concern. Simultaneously, she visited 9 times to Pakistan from India, as well as she took Mr. Gaurav Gogoi to Pakistan.
The Chief Minister is sinking in his own web of lies. To hide one lie, he has to come up with 100 lies. I have said that I have visited Taxila. I have not said that I visited Rawalpindi. And he has also not shown any evidence that I visited Rawalpindi. I have said, as per my passport details, I have been to, in early 2014, I've been to Lahore and Islamabad, and from Islamabad it's a day visit to Taxila.
The fresh claim adds to a series of allegations made by Sarma. He alleges that a SIT probe has uncovered deep links between Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi, his wife Elizabeth Kolban Gogoi, and Pakistani climate finance expert Ali Taqir Sheikh, claiming his wife worked in Pakistan between 2011 and 2012 and developed close associations there. Sarma cited photographs of Gogoi at the Pakistan High Commission and framed the matter as a national security concern, while also publicly referring to the foreign citizenship and overseas residence details of Gogoi's children, arguing their relevance to the case. Assam cabinet has decided to transfer the matter to the central agency for further investigation. Gaurav Gogoi has hit back sharply, accusing the chief minister of politicizing national security. He questioned why the SIT report was kept under wrap for 6 months, claiming it failed to substantiate the allegations. Gogoi alleged that the renewed attacks are driven by political anxiety and aimed at diverting attention from land-related allegations involving the chief minister's family. The Assam Congress president also objected strongly to his family, including his minor children, being dragged into what he called a flop political drama.
Gaurav Gogoi surrendered the Indian passport of both of his children and facilitated getting British passport. His wife already has a British passport.
Yesterday in his press conference, he revealed private information of my minor children, including their photos and their passport details, all of which are also illegal. So this is the chief minister who only knows how to conduct illegal activities, and therefore he is unfit to occupy the chair of the chief minister of Assam.
The confrontation has been building for months. Sharma has repeatedly alleged foreign ISI links connections, while Gogoi has dismissed the charge as lies, rumours and smear campaign. Now on this issue, I am joined by Ratna Singh, State Vice President, Bharatiya Janata Party, Assam, Saral Patel, spokesperson, Congress Party, and KV Prasad, senior journalist. Thank you all of you for joining me. Let me straight away go to Ratna Singh. Madam, my question is very, very simple. Why hasn't this report been made public, SIT, if the charges are so grave?
Namaskar. The entire report yesterday was presented before, the press conference, before the press, and it was there, and it has been moved to the MHA and the other agencies. Now the thing is that the pertinent facts which was presented in the press conference, in the SIT report, the main things are concerned. The main concern is related to the national security. Now, the MP, Honorable MP, we can say that Gaurav Gogoi, he had visited the Pakistan and his Mrs. Elizabeth Colborne before marriage and after marriage. Also, she had been taking the money, salary from Pakistan, and that too in the account. While she was interrogated by or asked by SIT, then that time she did not disclose anything about the bank account. But gradually the bank account was discovered, and it was found that the money was being transferred from Pakistan, and it was 500 times more than the person head of the India. I think the Vandana Luthra or somebody, whatever is the name, 500 times more the salary was for the Elizabeth Colborne. So now the thing is that you have to see the facts that Mr. Gaurav Gogoi today, he had given the press conference and he wanted to give the answers. But in fact, the facts remains very clear and very, he needs to answer those things that the visas were meant for Karachi, Islamabad and Lahore. And now he says he had gone to Takshashila. Takshashila is in Rawalpindi, and that Rawalpindi is a base for the army headquarters of Pakistan. So that becomes a very serious fact. And the immigration policy of Pakistan says that wherever you have taken the visa, you can move into that particular place itself. And before going beyond that, no one allows. The immigration policy does not allow. And he has moved to Rawalpindi, that to a sensitive place of Pakistan, headquarter of the army. How it was possible without the help and without the help and the motivation of great people of Pakistan? This suggests that Mr. Gaurav Gogoi, being the MP, being the that time he was also staying in the residence of Chief Minister, and he says that he had gone to visit Pakistan to see the place where his wife has worked. Now, what is this? And for 10 days, you need time to visit the places for 10 days.
Okay.
10 days in a Bhikharistan. You don't need to see the market. You need not go for purchasing for 10 days in Pakistan. Whom he is fabricating, and is thinking the people of India to be full, Assam to be full. One thing very important I want to tell you. One place we are having Jintu Gogoi, who had given his life, who's laid down his life because of this Pakistan. And in the other place we are having the son of us, Honorable Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, Mr. MP, deputy leader or the leader of the opposition, Gaurav Gogoi. He is another Ahom, and he is going and playing merry-making things with Pakistan. Jintu Gogoi laid down the life for Pakistan. In India, we have martyred Jintu Gogoi from Ahom community, and this is Gaurav Gogoi, and he is talking nonsense things about it. And this is the very important, pertinent thing, that while being Indian, as an MP of the parliament, he has visited and he has to clarify that after Lahore, Karachi and Islamabad, how did he move to Rawalpindi? Rawalpindi is the headquarters of
point
the
taken. There'll be 3 rounds of this conversation. There are 3 rounds of this conversation. Let me take the opening comment from the spokesperson of the Congress Party, Saral Patel. Saral, to you.
Kartikeya, good evening to you, to my fellow panelists, and to your viewers. So let me be absolutely clear at the outset. India is a constitutional democracy, not a WhatsApp republic. There is no iota of evidence against Sri Gaurav Gogoi. What Himanta Biswa Sarma is doing is a classic BJP playbook: intimidate, defame, and distract. While Assam faces massive unemployment, floods, and rising prices, the CM is busy manufacturing lies. This is not a leadership, this is diversion born out of fear of facing public accountability from the people in the upcoming elections. What Himanta Biswa Sarma ji said, 6 months back, that on 10 September, he would release a SIT report and it will be a bombshell. From September till February, there was nothing, no report, no findings, no evidence. Once Congress under the leadership of Sri Gaurav Gogoi started the yatra and started exposing how Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is running an autocratic anti-people administration. He is strategically taking control of indigenous land rights in Assam. CM has transferred government land into his own name and his family members' name, encroaching up to 12,000 bighas of land across the Assam, how 8,000 schools have been closed in Assam, how his wife, the wife of Himanta Biswa Sarma ji, has opened a luxurious private school spread across 60 bighas of land. Suddenly, Mr. CM came out in February 2026 with a C-grade Bollywood script filled with insinuation, exaggerations, and fictitious stories. Because when you don't have the facts, you manufacture narratives. And this is not an investigation, this is imagination, and it is clearest proof of his political bankruptcy, who has nothing to show on governance and fears public scrutiny going ahead in the elections.
Okay. Mr. Prasad is a senior journalist who has covered Parliament with me for more than 2-3 decades. Prasad, what's happening? I mean to say, I have not seen more bitterness between the principals in any other state but Assam.
Yeah, this rancor is increasing, and I think you will appreciate that Assam is very close to elections, right? In 4 months' time, the state will go to elections, and of course, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma is the incumbent chief minister, who is out to defend his government and his party and lead his way into the elections. And the challenger is Mr. Gogoi. It's very clear that political battle lines.
Is he really a challenger? Let me ask this question. Is he really a challenger?
Well, he's a challenger from the Congress party side. Whether the people of Assam think him or not, that the elections will tell us. So as such, he's officially the Assam Pradesh Congress Committee chief. So which means he's going to technically lead the party's campaign and whatnot, everything. So, I mean, he's been doing for the last few, since he has been named leader. Having said that, my question only is simple. I mean, a report of this nature for 2013, which comes out now a good 13 years later, or say 12 years to give the benefit of doubt in terms of number of years. And we have a government which here in the center, which is essentially now after the report of SIT has been sent to center. It begs the question, was the central agencies, were they not aware of such things? Because in the last 12 years, we have seen a lot of action being taken on many of these issues across the country, not Assam in particular. So it's highly something that intrigues, and somebody who has covered the Home Ministry and central police agencies for a while. This is something which is the first question that occurs to me. Would the central agencies not have seen something, had the red flags not been seen by them? So that's a question which I've yet to come across any concrete move, Kartikeya.
Okay. So the question to Ratna Singh is, Madam, if the charges are so grave, why can't the action be taken by the Assam government itself? One needs to just go ahead and file the FIR. And second question is that there is one charge which you are the vice president of the state. There's an increasing acrobization of the entire narrative in which entire ills of one state is being attributed to the one community. Why is it happening, madam? Two questions for you.
Second question is why it is attributed to one community.
And the first question is, why not file FIR against Gaurav Gogoi straight away?
Okay, now one
NSA.
thing I want to just clear. I just want to rebut what Mr. The spokesperson from Congress had told about unemployment. Like, I request him to come to Guwahati and Assam and look the standard of infrastructure development and everything. I, being from Assam and a very neutral person, I take out a neutral perspective, and I can say that our Chief Minister, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, had promised 1 lakh of jobs, and now it is 1,65,000. And if you can see, Assam is one of the greatest and it is leading economy in the entire Northeast, and we are gradually coming up with very good things. Now the thing is that sitting outside and talking about Assam is difficult, because Assam, every now and then we used to hear grenade blast and kidnappings and bomb blast. Right now we are having a tenure of peace and very important infrastructural development. Peace and development is taking very nicely. Keeping apart these aspects, which will keep on, we have narratives, we have data, we have facts to prove that Assam is developing in peace and infrastructural development and every aspect of empowerment, female empowerment, youth empowerment, women empowerment and everything. Right now you're asking about why this case has not been registered or FIR or whatever it is. The SIT entire report has been presented and moved to MHA, and everything will be taken care of in due process of time, and it is not a fake narrative we are developing. It is a matter of great concern, and it is not based in any community. It is for everyone. Right now I'm talking about as an Indian. What we can say right now, from many years we have seen that India and Pakistan is an enemy country. We are having lots of people, many army men, many people have lost their lives because of this Pakistan. And with this Pakistan, if you are merrymaking, we are going to that place, staying for 10 days, and you're not telling. You're telling that you've gone to market to see where your wife had done marketing. You went to see the park where wife had gone to visit the park. You're telling that you've gone to see the restaurant where my wife had eaten her dinner. Now this is not the answer which we want it from a MP or a ruling deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha. We want a pertinent, we want a strong clarification that Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad was mentioned in your visa, but how did you go to Rawalpindi? Takshashila, aaj yaad aa gaya aapko Takshashila? Before, you never thought of going to Takshashila? Rawalpindi is a center of army base of Pakistan, and movement to that Rawalpindi declares that there was some sort of malified interest of against India, and you had gone and you had met there. Maybe some people had pressurized you, maybe some people blackmailed there. 10 days staying in Pakistan, I think it's a big deal, because there is nothing in Pakistan to see, and you're telling all this story, you're telling fairy tales, you're telling to the people of Assam in India. No one is going to listen. One very important, another aspect is about your children. You're telling that you'll approach the juvenile courts and other things. But very important question also I'm asking, and I'm raising this point, that can the parents change the religion and citizenship of their minor children? If it is okay, fine. But religion, the children has to become minor. They have to give their consent. And before that, you're changing. You don't like your religion. You don't like your nationality. You don't like being an Indian until now. You have not changed the nationality of your wife, your children, 2 children. And you're telling you're going to become the Chief Minister of Assam. We are proud of the legacy of your father, Mr. Tarun Gogoi. But now what you are doing, you're maligning the name and legacy of your father also. You're demeaning everything. If you are really true Assamese, if you are truly Indian, then why are you asking not your wife to change her nationality from British to Indian? Prove yourself first. Prove that your wife is an Indian. Let her face the people of Assam. Why your children have not, have become the Indian citizens, taken the Indian citizenship?
Okay, Saral, to you.
You have not taken any stand, and you are telling that you are now going to become the Chief Minister. People are not going to vote.
Yes, okay, madam. Now, Saral, it's time for Saral. Madam, it's time for Saral. It's time for, madam, it's time for Saral. It's time for Saral.
Kartikeya, I think some of the question that, Miss spokesperson from the BJP is asking, she should pose to the Prime Minister of the country, that why in 2015 he made an unannounced unscheduled stop to visit Nawaz Sharif in Raiwind in Lahore while he was coming back from Kabul. Why did he go there to have biryani and cake with Mr. Nawaz Sharif? Why did he after 1 year after that, why did he allow the ISI to visit our sensitive airbase in Pakistan, in Pathankot? Why did he allow ISI to visit Pathankot and investigate a terror attack there, which was perpetrated by the ISI?
So, madam, wait a minute, I'll come to you, madam, Ratnaji, I'll come to you, Ratnaji, I'll come to you. No, Ratnaji, you spoke, no, Ratnaji, you spoke, let him speak, I'll come to you. Saral.
They keep shouting this two names, Taqir Ali Sheikh and the organization called CDKN, what they deliberately hide is that same
Sir, what did you do in
organization
Rawalpindi?
has worked with the course of BJP governments
Sir,
in
what did
India,
you do in Rawalpindi,
including the
sir?
Gujarat government.
Okay,
when
What
Narendra
did you do?
Modi
okay.
was
I asked
Minister,
her a question. That I asked her a question. I asked her a question that why don't you file a police case? Why isn't he filing a defamation case against Himanta Biswa Sarma? I asked her a question. FIR कीजिए. Why isn't Gaurav filing a defamation case against Himanta Biswa Sarma?
The due process,
Why shouldn't he taking him to the court?
will be followed. The due process will be
I
followed.
asked her a question.
And
Himanta Biswa
also
Sarma
the
should file an
BJP
FIR immediately. Why don't you take him to the court?
The BJP is fantasizing that, if somebody has a foreign citizenship,
Sir, what did you do in Rawalpindi,
it suddenly
sir?
becomes a national security threat. Madam, if you
Sir,
keep
Rawalpindi
interrupting
no,
me, when you
No,
talk,
Ratna ji, let him speak. I'll allow you to speak and no one will interrupt
Be
you.
silent and listen to the facts.
Okay, Saral, please.
Behavior that you are showing
Okay,
in the
speak.
parliament
Okay,
also, where you don't
okay.
listen to
ठीक है.
the opposition. I will not let you speak if you keep interrupting.
If
me.
you speak,
Okay, come on. What did
Saral,
you do
if
in
you speak
Rawalpindi,
with
sir?
each other, no one is going to get whatever you are trying to say. So you have your 1 minute, please. And then I'll go to Ratna Singh.
BJP is fantasizing that if holding foreign citizenship is suddenly a national security threat, then why is it that BJP never questioned Vivek Doval, the son of Ajit Doval, who holds the foreign citizenship? Or why is it that BJP has not questioned India's external affairs minister, Mr. Jaishankar, who is married to a Japanese national? So this shows that BJP has a history of hypocrisy. And there is a deeper issue here. Deeper issue is that in 2024, Assam CM had based himself for weeks straight in the constituency of Gaurav Gogoi to defeat him. And despite the full might of the state machinery, he turned election into a prestige battle. And yet Gaurav Gogoi, despite all this, won.
Okay.
Because this is the people of Assam trust Gaurav Gogoi. They trust the legacy of Tarun Gogoi, who made historic contribution to Assam. And people of Assam will give a befitting reply for dragging the name of his son and his grandchildren, who are not even minor, who are minors. And people, and especially the Ahomiyas, will give a befitting reply to the BJP in this election.
So, madam, what is the issue? See, there is one legalese here. The legalese is, can the data of minors be shared? But the second thing is the foreign citizenship. Saral said there are a lot of politicians whose sons and daughters are foreign citizens.
Sir, now the question arises is of Gaurav Gogoi. I'm talking about if other peoples are concerned is there, they should go and file a case against them. I'm not stopping them about the citizenship matter. Now the question arises is of Gaurav Gogoi. Gaurav Gogoi being the deputy leader of the opposition MP also, and he during that process he had gone there, he came back, he was tutored by the agents in the Pakistan, and he comes and asks questions related to the western part of India, not even outside, not even eastern side of which he belongs. So now this suggests that he was asking questions related to the western part of India. So he was tutored in. He went to Rawalpindi. Why they are not giving the answer? That he had gone to Rawalpindi, which is the army base of the Pakistan. What it proves that Gaurav Gogoi had gone there to read, to get tutored, and give them important information.
This is one situation. One party is not filing an FIR, another party is not going to the court.
He must come clear. We have lost people for Pakistan. Because of Pakistan, we have lost people. Lots of people we have lost. But because of Congress, we have lost our land to China. We have lost our
let's keep it to Assam. Let's keep it to Assam, ma'am. Let's keep it to Assam. Saral, 10 seconds to you. Then I go to KV Prasad. 10 seconds to you.
They keep citing this Lead India Foundation, this Lead India organization for which Ms. Gogoi works for. That organization still has FCRA licensing. Madam, if you keep talking over me, I will not let you complete.
Okay. Ma'am, Ratna ji, you made your point. Ratna ji, you made your point very strongly. Madam, you made your point.
The CM, Assam CM has repeatedly cited this organization called Lead, so for which Ms. Gogoi works for. That organization still has FCRA licensing from the MHA. If that is a problematic institution, or if it's a problematic organization, why is it that FCRA?
Okay, that's very interesting. Mr. Prasad, there is another gentleman, madam, there is another gentleman called Mr. KV Prasad. Mr. Prasad, Mr. Prasad, FCRA remains there. One party doesn't go to the police thana and files an FIR, and another is not going to the court to haul them in front of the judges. That is very, very piquant.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what is the reasons, but I think if I read a little while ago, there was a statement or something coming from Mr. Gogoi on trying to go to juvenile justice court on this issue of his children's name, his personal details coming into public, to which Mr. Sarma also came up with a reaction. So these pulls and counter things will continue. But the larger question which I did flag, if it was an FCRA clearances, we all know in the last 10 years, the government has really tightened the rules and regulations on receiving foreign contribution. So if what the Congress spokesperson said and something which I alluded to earlier, surely the center would be aware of certain activities. And if the Assam government's SIT report, as has been said by the Chief Minister himself, that they have sent it to center, well, the ball is now in centre's court.
Mr. Prasad, I think the important thing is that the elections around the corner are in, in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, but the entire noise is coming from Assam. I think that's where the maximum, I would say, focus is.
Other states also have started. You see, Bengal, we still have in the throes of SIR controversy, which is still continuing. We is not yet out of it. Kerala, there's another situation coming up. So I think each state is coming up with its own set of issues.
But I think the election in Assam has really become, up close and personal. Thank you, Ratna Singh ji. Thank you, Mrs. Patel. And thank you, KV Prasad, for joining me. I really ran short of time. So this entire thing, Himanta Biswa Sarma versus Gaurav Gogoi, the matter is very, very personal. As KV Prasad was saying that he's contemplating going to the juvenile court. But the fact of the matter is, charges raised are very, very serious. It requires not just public debate, the truth must be out from both sides. So this was on point 1. Going seamlessly through the bulletin, the on point 2 is Manipur getting closer to a peace deal even as tensions remain on ground? This is the second on point. As a new BJP-led government settles in Manipur amid continued unrest in the Hill District, the centre is moving closer to a major peace deal with the Kuki-Zo groups as per a newspaper report, a report that has been published by Express. Government sources say to the paper that negotiations are at advanced stage with the proposed agreement broadly modelled on the Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority or FNTA signed recently with the Naga groups. The proposed deal was one of the key assurances that persuaded 3 Kuki MLAs including Deputy Chief Minister Nemcha Kipjin to join the new Manipur government. However, sources say that the final signing may be pushed beyond next year's assembly elections, allowing centre the time to build consensus in the Meitei-dominated Imphal Valley. Negotiations focus on strengthening Article 371C, which governs hill areas in Manipur. Options include amending the article or adding a fresh constitutional chapter to grant administrative and financial authority to hill tribes, stopping short of Kuki-Zo demand for a separate union territory but addressing most autonomy concerns. Sources say the deal could allow self-governance within the state assembly framework, proportionate funding for hill areas, limited legislative powers on the local customs, and stronger jurisdiction over land and employment protections. Currently, Manipur's Autonomous District Council remain largely ineffective with poor funding and mostly advisory powers, officials admit. Repeated attempts at reform were either stalled or diluted over the years. Now, with violence underscoring the urgency, the centre believes a significantly empowering peace deal is possible, one that may finally give hill districts real authority without redrawing boundaries. On this issue, I am joined by Colonel Shantikumar Sapam, spokesperson Meitei Heritage Society. I am also joined by P.K. Mishra, former ADG BSF, and Hejang Misao, social activist from Manipur. Let me first go to Misao, then I'll come to you, Mr. Mishra. How do you see this proposal in the first go? Something has happened in an adjoining state. Do you think it can resolve this impasse without breaking or without entering this issue of territorial integrity of Manipur, Hejang?
Well, Kartikeya, till now, the stance of the Kuki-Zo community is separate administration, unity with legislature. The idea behind why people, Kuki community are strong in their demand for separate administration is for the future safety and security that will also ensure land security, forest security, and the personal rights securities. That's the reason why the Kuki-Zo community are standing strong on this ground. At the same time, if the central government is coming up with any kind of arrangements that will also ensure the future of the Kuki-Zo community, I strongly believe since Manipur is a highly communally charged state, just one incident can lead into a communal kind of tension, for which I would
Ihsan,
say
can I
any kind of
interrupt you? You know, are we talking of self-governance? Is self-governance a demand, or creating a garrison city state? I mean to say the larger issue is self-governance in terms of maybe judicial powers, maybe administrative powers, revenue powers, financial powers, protection of culture, custom, language, dialects. Not garrisoning a community itself in the state. I mean to say there is a purpose of Article 371. See, there are a lot of Article 371 A, B, C, D, which work towards these realization of aspirations of local communities. What's wrong in that, Ms. Howe?
Kartikeya, if you have to also look back into the history of Manipur, since 1972, the tribal community have been demanding stick shadow, which the state government fails to also comply to that demand. And also looking at the kind of NDC, which is a toothless kind of autonomous council, and the way how things are being handled, I mean, experiencing all this kind of, discrimination, alienation, or deprivation in every form. That's why the Kuki Joe community are also, with that experience, they are stressing on the self-governance.
Okay. I'll come to you. There'll be a lot of questions. Dr. Mishra, two questions to you, very quickly. Did Hill councils work effectively in last 2 decades? One, did they work effectively? That's for Dr. Mishra. I'll come to you, Ms. Howe. One. And my second question is, what is the issue? You know, what's wrong in, looking into the scope of Article 371A?
Yes, I can well tell you. Of course.
Two questions. Did Hill councils work effectively?
No, it did not. I can well tell you it did not work perfectly. And mostly the civil societies, they were not eager to opt for it and join for it properly. And it was not successful at all. But however, if government was thinking as of autonomy of Naga model to be adhered to, that will be exactly asymmetrical, giving framework completely distinct of legislative, executive and financial powers, the Hill autonomy for the cookies. It is okay, but the territorial integrity of Manipur has to be retained under any cost. However, the civil society, it all depends whether they will agree to this or otherwise. It will take time. But what happened with Naga model, it was of course successful, but we have to see whether it will be successful in Manipur or otherwise, because you have to take into consideration of all the three parties, the Kukis, the Nagas and Maithis, all the three will be involved in that. It will take time, but however the government is going to do it. So local autonomy can be given to Kukis, particularly the hill tribe, so that they can be heard and their development can take place. That's what Kartikeya.
Okay. And Colonel Shantikumar Sapam also joins me. Sir, my question to you is that today in newspaper there was a report which said that Naga type of model can be applicable for the Manipur also. Do you think it's a workable model which is there in Nagaland now? With the story that broke a week ago, the breakthrough that has taken place, Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority. Do you think that's applicable to Manipur in terms of a concept to resolve this issue?
Kartikeya ji, good evening, and good evening to both the panelists and the nation also. Good evening. Now, what happened is, I just heard Mr. Mishra also, they are already in autonomy. Their villages are a separate entity, The GB is the boss of that village. There's no democracy over there. It's very surprising, we must know it that there is no democracy in the Kuki society. It is the GB, the headman of the village who controls everything. Now also autonomy is there. But then what happened is, their elected members, MLAs, they do not want to give them financial power to these people. That autonomy. I'm talking about hill autonomy. They are also elected. But what happened is, in the case of Naga, it is different. The Naga, the village head, is not the only authority in that village. But in case, they have different members. They have secretaries, then a president and all these things in the Naga villages. But in case of Kuki villages, the GB, the headman, is the sole owner of that village and he decides everything. And whatever the incentives of the village, incentives given to the village, he is the owner. He takes everything. So these differences we have to know, and thereafter we have to come to the conclusion that whether the Naga system is applicable in case of Kukis or not.
Okay, let's not call it just a Naga system, the Article 371.
Yeah.
Let's use the word Article 371, expanding the scope of what is also already available within our constitution.
In case of 360, you said 361 or 371?
371, sir.
371.
Yeah,
371C, Manipur Hill areas.
371C.
371C.
Make clear.
Yes. I'll tell you. 371C, when it was imposed, that time the population of the Meiteis was quite high as compared to the Nagas and the Kukis. And the government of India under the constitution, it was basically this 371C was drafted by Mr. T. Kipgen, who was the first chief, IS officer from Manipur. He was the person who drafted it.
Okay.
And that time, it was decided that the power will be with the governor as far as the hills are concerned. The final decisions, and from time to time, the government was supposed to send reports about the hills if the majority people are not.
Okay. Let me tell you. See, Article 371A, which is Nagaland, and Article 371C, Manipur. Article 371A, it was 1962, 13th Amendment. Article 371C is 1971, 27th Amendment. Now, in terms of local autonomy, I would say the Article 371 is high. In terms of local autonomy, a lot of people say it's moderate in Manipur. I really don't want to get into these words. We have done our research. Both of them work towards empowering the local communities. Misao is the only one who feels in this entire group that it's not enough. So Misao, why isn't enough? Let's not talk about this model in context of the other community. We have to talk about the model in the context of what it gives to the people of the hill areas.
First of all, I would say the kind of systems that govern us, I think that's the governance system which is prevailing in our society that needs to be respected, and we don't need any schooling on that. And we also highly respected our chieftainship systems. And coming to that, another point of 371C, very sorry to say that, Santi Kumar said T. Kipgen was the one who drafted. It's very astonishing because 371C is part of the constitution which was drafted by the drafting committee of the constitution. And there's no question of T. Kipgen being part in constituting the same, committee when this article was drafted. So that should be made, that should be made very clear. And coming to that point of Kartikeya asking me, we've been facing decades old, I call it 3Ds. Not only the Kuki community, the tribal community in Manipur, both the Meiteis and, both the Nagas and Kukis, we face 3Ds. First one is the discrimination, second one is deprivation, and the third one is destruction. This three has been something which is bothering both the tribal. Autonomous District Council is enforced, and it was just recently. And this Autonomous District Council, which is formed under 371C, is in reality a toothless, powerless, and the Hill Area Committee, HAC, which is only in namesake, has no power at all. For which reason we keep saying the tribal community, whether under 371C or whatever, we need a complete autonomy so that our development is ensured without any disturbance from any other external forces. That's what we stand for.
Okay, but Dr. Mishra, why didn't these Hill Council work? And secondly, autonomy has to be part of larger framework. Autonomy doesn't work in a vacuum. For example, Minister of State for Independent Charge for Civil Aviation is part of the cabinet. autonomy is defined within the larger system. So even if you are autonomous, you have to be part of something to be autonomous.
Yes, Kartikeya, if you are autonomous, then of course you are a part of Article 371C in Manipur. You cannot go away without that. And I don't find anything wrong if the government is thinking about strengthening of Article 371C. You are giving autonomy for hill tribes, and they will get legislative power and distinct executive power also. They should be very happy, and even government can think of giving financial power to these hill tribes people, and they will have more say in the government. They should accept this, because in the Naga side, of course, the Naga autonomy model, this has worked to some extent. There is nothing wrong in Article 371C will be there for self-governance in the state, and let us go forward for it. And I think the Kuki society and the Maiti society and the Naga society in Manipur, they must coordinate the action. They should accept for this, but it will take some time. Let government go for it. Ask for all the three tribes to sit down. In fact, we have Madam Kipken and also Lucy Desai also there, and Honorable CM will be there. All the three of them from three communities can sit down and they think how the Naga autonomy is continuing, and Naga model is there, and it is so close to them. So they should find out what else can be done, how to strengthen it in Manipur.
Okay, Colonel Sapam, tell me, if the hill areas are administratively fortified, financially fortified, legislatively fortified, do you think there will be any problem?
No, I don't think there will be any problem in that. Transparency is a must in this kind of state where ethnicity is there. But we have to see what type of systems are happening in the hills. I would request the Manipur government, it should, show very clearly the budget which have been allotted to the hills. In one of these days, I would like to request it, and I will, showcase to you in one of these days, if possible. But what I'm saying is the few sentences which I spoke before, in the case of cookies, as I told you, and Mr. Misa will agree, because the sole authority in the village, in the Kuki village, is the headman of the village. Whereas in case of Naga, it is not so. So in the operation, in the hill area, they are absolutely in autonomy now. When the budget is given, it's given to the